Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, most merciful, most passionate, most compassionate. I want to use my voice to make facts reach each and every one of people around the globe who are watching the events taking place in the Middle East and how it's becoming really a hot spot from different point of views and different visions. And I want to point at our vision here as Egyptians to what's going on around us. First of all, why Middle East? Middle East, which uh, which is formed by the Taib starting from the Arabian or Persian Gulf, some people call it, to the Atlantic Ocean. Those group of 22 countries share so many things: language, religion, and also economical resources. That's why it's been cited a long time ago, maybe after the 40s of the last century, and lots of conferences were held, but mainly one conference which I think about over and over, in which the main plan was set. So that piece of land should be distracted, cut into pieces, so it's easy to be eaten and get abused or utilized or get used to by the very hungry colonial countries like UK, for instance, long time ago, and then we're talking about the great cowboy nowadays. And you see, the plan took like 70 or 80 years to be put into reality and being effective on the land. So this piece of land we are discussing events taking place in the meanwhile have very very hot spots, several ones in fact, several hot spots, and the greatest one is the one who's so close to the very enriched land of Peninsula, Sinai Peninsula, which is the very important piece of land that lies between two continents like Asia and Africa. And it's not like the Great Gate for Africa alone, but also it represents a great passage by which third, the third of the economical routes globally goes there, like quarter or 30% of the global economy is passing through this piece of land in what we call the Suez Canal. So the whole hotspot, the whole hot events are taking place around the Sinai Peninsula and Suez Canal. And it's not the only hotspot there in the Middle East, but mainly this is the very hot piece of land in which the hot events are taking place. If we considered the whole picture, if we talked about the tape that starts from the Persian Gulf to Atlantic Ocean, there are some estrangements between two neighboring countries like Morocco and Algeria. And then what's going on in Libya and how this great country is being differentiated between east, south, and west. Then coming to Egypt, the main and key player in the Middle East conflicts. After we pass through Egypt, into the other pieces of land which fall under the microscope, if I may say that. The Arabian Gulf, with all its wealth of crude oil and gas and other natural resources, also the Arabian Gulf, the Hormuz Canal or Hormuz spot, that mainly like 25% of the crude oil that goes covering the globe is coming out of this narrow passage. So there are two hotspots mainly around there, Palestine and the Arabian Gulf countries, in which a war has taken place like a month ago now, that lasts for 12 days between the Republic of Iran and the Blue Lagoon country. I don't know how to say that. The great entity. I don't want to be called an anti-Semitic person. The great blue entity that lies between Asia and Africa. Anyways, now the anchor is changing. Talking about the blue entity here. But after 2 years war, everybody is including his own reasons to continue for this war. The radical Palestinians called Samah is fighting for the sake, as they like to call themselves, as a resistance. I don't know what resistance they're talking about. And for the sake of the resistance, they have taken like 20 persons belongs to the blue entity, and as if it was a kind of a conflict between two parties. In fact, it's not a conflict at all. It's more like an order that's given by a chief or an administrator to one of his clerks. Make a fire in this piece of land, and so Samah did it. And then afterwards, after things get cooler, Samah takes its part and earn its salary, earn their lives. This is how they live. They are living on the death of so many Palestinian people. This is their job, to kill the Palestinian people and kill the Palestinian case, the Palestinian cause. So they are fighting under the supervision of the blue entity. In fact, I'm trying to simplify lots of things so people who are not following what's going on politically in the Middle East, globally, around the natural resources that everyone is fighting for. I'm trying to attract the attention here so you may understand what's going on. And this plan that has taken place for the last 70 years, now it's becoming prosperous. Pieces of land is under the authority of the blue entity, and then it's trying to reach its main goal, the dream of the Jews, by building a country from the Nile to the Euphrates in Iraq, Mesopotamia, as the old name was. Anyways, what I want to point at is there is one last nail standing in the wall that's not going to be taken out in any way. A kind of the seven miracles, the eight miracles. It is the Egyptian people, the Egyptian country, Egypt, Khito. This country is not to submit in any way, and it's not going to respond with all the threats political or military ones, it's not going to change its direction. It's not going to change its politics, knowing that it's a kind of a crucial weight, a crucial and heavy weight. That is the 120 million people called Egyptians. They are moving around together like one piece, like one ship, like one vehicle. So whatever happens, the reaction is there by their administrator or their government. That that's taking the lead of the 120 millions. So don't you expect that they will submit so soon? Maybe in a grand 1,000 years, or maybe in a 500 years, maybe who knows? According to the solidarity of the new generations and how they understand what's going on around them. I hope I was so clear. Uh, I hope I made myself crystal clear for those who do not understand what's going on. You have a good day and a wonderful life.